Hello, this is Pyrotech03 here. I do some streaming on YouTube Gaming, and thankfully, finally, we now have a bot that can do that. It's called Fussbot. I'm here to try and show you how to initially set up Fussbot for yourself and the bot, and then go through some of the basic settings that you should set up prior to getting really heavily into usage of it. To start off, make sure you're going to need two things. Make sure you, of course, have your YouTube channel set up. And it helps to have a second channel set up either on the same account or a separate account of your Google account for your bot. So for this, Pyrotech03 is going to be my streamer one. And I already have a channel set up called Emberbot that we'll use for the actual Fussbot itself. And that's pretty simple to go through, so we're going to assume you have already set that up. So first, starting off, we're going to open up Fussbot, and you're going to get to this screen here. It should open up. You'll see right now the general status is no login, no bot or streamer login found, and you're not connected to any chats. I use dark mode for it. You can change that, of course, however you want to suit your personal needs. And you got your control, which is usually used for streaming while you're doing it, along with for all the different stuff you can do. You got your configuration special, which is not heavily used right now because it's in a beta stage, and settings. And this is where we're going to start. So you can see on here we have the status of the bot login and the status of the streamer login. And they tell you a site where you can go to actually create the other channel if you needed. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and do a new authentication for the bot. So since we're doing the bot, like I said, I already have Emberbot here. You can see I've got some other channels and everything. So for this one, we're going to do the bot. It'll say once offline access, we're going to allow it. Once you've successfully done that, you can see that it says authentication successful, and you should see authenticated up here now. And now for the streamer, that's what your chat, your actual channel. I'm going to do it, and since we just logged in, it should automatically log you in. I'm going to add Pyrotech03. And authentication successful. So what this does, the streamer login, anytime you're using Fussbot for chat, when you're typing, it'll use your streamer, and then whenever the bot for executing commands and everything, we got the status of the bot login for that. And for some of the functions, it's typically a good idea to make sure on your YouTube channel you have whatever your channel for the Fussbot is added as a moderator. While we're on here, you can also see that we have a thing for adding the new Discord feature in there. It's experimental right now. I do have my token for it, but we are not going to go ahead and go through that just yet. We'll just kind of go over to the side here now. Spam protection. When you're doing this, anything you want to make sure doesn't get put in chats, bad words or anything like that, depending on just how you want to be, you can add those words or phrases here. You can set to just delete them or time out the user for however long you don't want, or you can just completely ban the viewer from your chats. Anytime you add something, make sure you save it, and it will add it over here. So we're going to say we want to ban the word porn, and we just want to delete it. So we're going to save it, and you can always refresh it to see what your actions are. You can always select it here, remove it. You can also tell it to delete links posted in the chat, and to delete messages with excessive caps, and set up the thresholds for catching those caps. On your messages tab, it's everything involving all the different activities you can do in your control. So for Raffles, you have some start text that you can set up along with the winner text that it uses. All the different stuff for auctions. and all this stuff for polls. Right now, I'm just kind of been running the default setup because it works for me. Message 2, we have the stuff for being able to for using the queue function and your betting. And under advanced, you can see that we have an option for setting up a VIP user URL. I have not had much experience messing with this, but you could theoretically set up, you know, a direction for them to go and whatnot. Google Analytics, they tell you what they use it for. I recommend keeping it enabled because it allows the developers to collect information, know just how much their bot's getting used. Special chat notifications, you can tell it to announce new subscribers, where you right now usernames just subscribe to this channel. If you're not using anything like a stream over like Streamlabs or anything, that's definitely helpful as a kind of a way to toast and mention new subscribers. You know that your viewers usually get a kick out of being able to have that little 15 seconds in the light. And then under here, miscellaneous, execute commands only at the beginning of a message. The main reason this is good, instead of being able to just catch your commands anywhere in the text, they have to start their message with your commands. I find that is the best way to just keep it from accidentally triggering something you don't necessarily want to. Once you do that, we're going to go ahead and go over here to the dashboard. You can see under our general status, our now bot and our streamer account is authenticated, and we're not connected to any live stream chats. But once you're on here, we're going to refresh the chat list. It's going to tell us it's loading data from server. And the way YouTube works, you always have your default channel chat. This is if you were to use the option on YouTube for stream now, where you just type in your stream key and hit start streaming to it, and you're launched in a few seconds. If you use the event system, which gives you a lot more granular control over your bit rates and everything like that, once you create the event and you make it public, and it takes a couple minutes, those will set up here. Those will show up here, and you can connect your Fussbot to those chats. Or you can straight from here, you do a create stream event, give a title, give a start time. In my experience, it's better to do this into the YouTube chat first, so that way you can set up for whatever game you're playing and whatnot. But once you're on, you will highlight the chat you want to do and hit connect to it, and it'll tell you that it's connected to the stream chat, and we can start seeing stuff up here. Our live stream status, it shows that right now the status is the stream is offline. It shows the video height and the stream title, how many viewers we are showing, and you can see the delay of the video and the delay we are currently experiencing on the chat. And the next thing I'll go ahead and show you is viewers. You can see right now I've got 2 registered viewers since I started testing this. They usually tell you what the viewer's name is, how many coins, what date they joined on, and how many minutes they've watched. So as you get more and more viewers, this will start filling up, and you can search for a viewer to see specifics on them, and you can always, of course, refresh the panel to see what's come up. And the other bit of thing, and this will be the main window that you're always using anytime you're actively in a stream. You can always see what the YouTube chat is showing, and this would be a good window if you actually wanted to, say, post your chat into your stream using a window capture. I use OBS for everything, by the way, so that's kind of the way I'm going to be referencing everything. You can see your latest subscriber list, any notifications you're getting from your chat, the current status, which is kind of like a rehash of this here, where you can see your current viewers, how many new subscribers you've gotten during this session, and your total stream time. And then you have the default timeout. This is good to where if you don't want your bot staying constantly active or constantly pinging, 1 in 5 minutes I always found seemed like, since I am a smaller streamer, seems like it would time out sometimes. 30 minutes seems like a good number and kept the activity going. So usually I would keep this open somewhere to where I have access to it instead of having to keep the YouTube window open to view the chats and everything. And I just go off of this. So where do we want to go? We'll go ahead and go into the configuration next. And this is where you kind of, the bread and butter of getting everything on what you want to use Fussbot for. The first thing it opens to is coins. You'll want to make sure that coin system is enabled. You can see the general section here where viewers gain how many coins here every so many minutes. The way YouTube works, there isn't an API like, say, Twitch, to where it tells you this person is actively watching your stream. So the only way you can track that is their chat activity. So pretty much we're saying if they've chatted within 10 minutes, they'll gain 10 coins. Here you can name your currency. I name mine Sparks because it kind of goes with the whole fire theme and everything. And then the short form of the currency. What this will do, the short form is used for your commands. You can see as I'm changing it here, it does change it over here on what the command is for being able to check. So I keep that short. And then you got the bonuses, channel sponsors, people that have actually sponsored your channel, you can give them bonus coins. And then moderators, you can give them a set amount of bonus coins. And then you can set how many coins they get just for subscribing to your channel as a one-time bonus to it. Over here on commands, you can enable the reward command where you can reward users for an amount. You can enable the shorthand command to where they can check their balance, and you can restrict how often they can use it per user. And then you can also enable if people can transfer coins to one another. And then you have the maximum amount of coins per user. This is defaulted to like a ridiculously high amount. You can limit it to whatever you want, to where if you want someone to be able to cap out to where they spend those coins throughout the system. Our next tab over here, we have ranks, to where you can create ranks based off how many hours people have spent watching your stream. You can delete ranks, you can do new ranks. The new rank dialog, when you click that, shows up, you name it, and you say how many hours they have to have. And we'll just kind of interject one here. We'll do a derp rank for 2 hours. Oh, wrong button. Try that again. A derp rank for watching 2 hours of stream, and it just adds it in wherever it fits in the hierarchy. And then you can, of course, just delete those ranks as well. Commands, you can come in here and do custom commands. What it is, what it returns. You can set the ranks that people have to use to be able to use the commands. And you can see that there is a documentation for a list of variables and the execution of them. I haven't delved too far into this, but there is stuff that I've seen for like 8-ball and different little games like that. Music, if you have a Spotify and you use Spotify while you're streaming, you can connect it to sync in with your Spotify, and you can set it to where people can see what the current song is, or skipping a song, how many votes you need, and coins used to skip a song. And then you also have, and you'll see this throughout the system, to where you'll see a CLR browser plugin. Anything you want to show up on your OBS or XSplit, whatever, what have you, this is the URL that you will use on those sources to make sure you're running good for it. On announcements, you can set it up to where we'll see if I can get something triggered here by typing in the chat. You see that shows up as PowerTech03 since it's my authenticated user. But you can set up to where pretty much anything you want to announce in the chat, and you can do images and you can do just texts. They're great for, like, I have ones, thanks for watching the stream, earn sparks for using on assortment of things. You can the command, a reminder, to like and subscribe, donation. I use Streamlabs for that, so it mentions like, hey, throw me a donation. And then I have an ad there for my community that I run. You can go in here to these settings. Time between announcement and minutes. Minimum, it'll have to have 5 minutes between any post on your announcements. And then also minimum messages between those announcements, to where if you have a slow chat and you don't want just it looked like you got just bot spam throughout the whole thing. And then you have a separate setting for doing image announcements. And if you want to, you can randomize yours to where it just kind of keeps things changed up. The dialogue for doing announcements, you can select whether it's a text or an image. If it's text, you'll just type up here, show it up, and then declare if it's active or not. An image, you'll have to choose your image, and then it'll post it, of course, using the dialogue. And my OneDrive kicked in. Bank Heist is a game that you can pretty much allow users to play in your chat. It's great for being able to keep downtimes. Say you're playing League of Legends and you're waiting for a new match to come up. That's a great time to maybe start a bank heist and let that go through. And you can set all the commands for who started it, whether it's busy messages and everything, if it's on cooldown, the different successful messages and the different failure messages. You can set the command and then what the payout text is. Arena, it's another mini game that's Fussbot supports, to where they can I haven't gotten to play this one, honestly, but you can pretty much set the announcement, the start, the explanation, what it is and everything, the winner is, and then all the commands for using it. And then gambling, we've got a flip coin, and you got how often they time out between gambling, and then Bitcoin trading. This one I've been trying to get some more information on just how it's all kept track of. I personally haven't messed with Bitcoins myself, so I can't go too far into this one for you. And to get it out of the way, the special tab here, there is a loyalty shop that they do have in the works. It's in closed beta, so don't ask. Just asking just kind of just get you a response of, sorry, it's closed beta. It's just for beta testers, so you're just wasting your time if you ask. I'll go ahead and show it to you real quick. You can see a list of this one is for I can't remember what user this. Oh, Sanson user. The latest live streams that they've done, the top 5 viewer coins, the top 5 viewer watch times, their coin amounts. They're just how much it's gone up and how much their watch time. Shows a list of commands that they have, and that you can use. They have a loyalty shop, and this is kind of the big thing for you can use for those coins. This person has it where you can actually go and buy gift cards with your loyalty points and everything. Quotes, cool thing, if your users have a quote that you say and they like and everything. And I can't remember. There's supposed to be a way you can pull up new ones each time, and you can check your coins without having to use the command in chat. But that's all in closed beta. If he ends up deciding to charge for it or something like that, I wouldn't blame him, because they do the hosting and everything like that. So, and that's what the website is. Notifications, you can do shop notifications where they talk about if people buy stuff. You can add. This is where you'd add items to your loyalty point shop. The purchases, and where people are adding their quotes, and minimum user rank required to add quote. So that'll all come with time, and once they get further along in development. The Fussbot is still a new bot, and it's a great bot so far. That's why I wanted to do this video. So the other thing that you spend a lot of time besides this window is your control window. Excuse me. So anytime you're in here and doing your stream, you're going to be obviously, have your game you're playing, you're going to want this window open somewhere, and then you're going to want this window. You can start the arena here. You can run your auctions for whatever you want to do, whether it's like a giveaway or some, like if you're playing, you know, stuff with your viewers and like you say, hey, I got this item, who wants it? You spending their coins. You name the auction, name the title of the auction and what the item name is. You can set who is allowed to bid. You can do anything from subscriber only, subscriber and sponsors, or even moderators only. And then you have the duration, how long the auction lasts, and you can change the overlay of it to reflect the background text colors you want. You have the OBS link here, and then you can see down here the status of the time left, auction running. Okay, can't be empty. So we're going to do a test item just because I'm so creative. We're going to start an auction. So now we've actually started kind of doing something. You can see over here, Emberbot is now talking in chat. We started an auction, enter by using bid amount to get test item. The current overlay as it should be being displayed on your OBS window, along with a timer, and whoever the highest bidder is will be shown here. So for the sake of this, I'm going to bid, let's say 10. So you can see right now it's on the overlay. I've got, and this would be showing up on your stream and everything if you've configured it right. Prioritech03 has bid 10. And over here you can see right now the time left is 14 seconds. Whoops. So right now we're waiting for the results. In this, you, like I said, you'll see. All right, now we've seen winner of auction Prioritech03. This over here, the chat, YouTube chat, goes back to right now. The chat delay is 18 seconds. That does get reflected here, just so you know. Our next system that you have is Raffles. It's another great way to use your coins and give stuff away for it. You can have whatever the raffle is, you can set the command for it. So we're going to do, and we're going to say this command is raff. Same thing, you can choose who's allowed into it. You can set an entry cost, a duration, and just like everything, you have your background and text color. These are in hex colors. You can usually find a good hex color selector online and everything to get pretty much what you want. You can, you know, have it give away coins. This is a great way to just do giveaways if you don't want to give away coins. Everyone, you know, pays an entry and then it selects it that way. And you can have it in multiple entries per user. And again, you can see our URL for the overlay here. Next feature that you'll use a lot of is polls. You set the poll title, which is usually going to be whatever your question is. And you can go through, set your options, how long you want it for. And it's pretty self-explanatory. So in chat, they'll use the vote function and vote for it and just kind of show you. Do you like Fussbot? Sure. We'll go ahead and start this poll, just see it. This whole time you can see here, Emberbots, you know, there's one of my announcements that just came up. We've got a new poll going up, and they tell you the command and option. So you vote 1 for yeah, 2 for no. We're going to, for the sake of showing this, and you see the overlay right now. Just ask the question, and then once it registers the vote, it'll pull up all the different options here, and that changes according to the setup that you have and everything. And then, of course, Emberbot gives its notifications to the chatters. It keeps the Fussbot is very good at keeping the chatters just as much informed as what you are. And just same thing, we got our time left, and that the poll is running. Poll closed. Shows what one got the most votes, and after a few seconds, this fades away. And there we go. Next thing you have bets. This again uses your coin system. And you have bets. I find it a good interaction thing of whenever I'm, say, doing League of Legends or what have you, like, do you think we'll win this match, or any number of things, and usually running it for a few minutes so that way they can kind of watch it as it goes. You can see you can have an option for do you do bets entered confirmation. You can bet on multiple options if you want to allow it. How open the betting is for, or how long the betting is open for, and then how much a percentage of their maximum coins that they can bet. And whenever users bet and everything, it splits the payout based off of, if like 5 people bet and 2 people got the right thing, it split the winnings between those 2 people. Now, so the way this works, you have your bet item, which is going to be your question, your different options. And once the bet is run, you have to come down here and select what option it was that won, and you'll click this at the end of the bet, which will be highlighted to confirm that that's the option that won. Next thing that you use on the control is the queue. I have found this helpful if you're playing a game that you've got so many slots for that you can play with. If you want to invite your audience to play with you, just opening up a queue and having them queue up and everything, and you just take them in the order of the queue, and you'll just delete them as you go through. Enable queue system is, of course, the checkbox here. Command to enter queue, you can set it to whatever you want. You actually just use the full word queue, and if you want to, you can charge coins for entering the queue. And you make sure anytime you do this, you save your settings. Once you saved them, you will have the option to open queue. And then down here you can see a new queue has been opened. Sign in by posting queue. And whenever you're done taking in queues, you can always just close it. And I can't remember if there's a notification message for closing the queue or not. If there isn't, that'd be a good one to have. Next section on our control is the countdown. You can run a countdown or a stopwatch. You can count down, specific date times if you want and everything. Get it right down to it. You also have a quick launch for 1, 2, 5, 10 minutes. And then stopwatch, you can start a timer, and you can make sure if you want to, you can have it show the overlay to make sure that's checked. I could not figure out why this didn't work the first time I did it, and for the life of me, I completely missed that little checkbox. And you can see another notification from our announcements. Multistream. I have not had the opportunity to use this yet, but you can set it up to where your stream link and your partner stream link, and then you will get a link that will actually that will sync both your chats together, or not both your chats, but both your videos together. Let's see what this. I'm going to go and see if I can ninja someone's streaming real quick. Sure, we'll see about this guy, who's running Resident Evil. Whoops. Whoops. We'll go ahead and mute his audio. So for this, we're going to go ahead and post that URL to chat. And we're going to open this in a browser. And this lets you see both of our chats at the same time. So that's a great little quick setup without having to do any kind of setups and everything, but this is another great idea that they've integrated in. I'm sorry, dude, I'm not going to promote your thing too much. So that's the basic walkthrough of the controls. So the only thing that we really need better explanations on is the Bitcoin trading and where is it at? The VIP user URL. But overall, Fussbot, the one thing that they've got going for them is that there isn't a whole lot of competition. So they are definitely pioneering what you can do with YouTube gaming and bots so far. I think the only other one that's even remotely close is Nightbot, and they don't have the coins. That's a big thing that's missing for YouTube gamers right now, is a coin database, and that's a lot of people just didn't want to mess with it because of the fact that, you know, there isn't a way to properly track like you can in Twitch. So make sure spread the word on Fussbot. If you need any help, their support, they have a support Discord, which is great. That'll be down in the description. If you have any questions about my video, you can post in the comments, and I will do my best